Yo, boys, what's going on? So, in this video, I'm pretty much just going to go over all the things that I've done in my past years that have not only held me back as a man, not only held me back in my fitness, but have also held me back spiritually. These are all things that most of us do. And these are all things that I had to eventually just get out of my life in order to actually achieve not only my pretty much dream physique, but be in a much better spot as a man and spiritually with my relationship with God. So, not to waste any more time, I do have the things written here just so I can keep track of um, which one I'm on and things like that. But the first one was smoking weed. Not only smoking weed, but vaping. Um, Everyone should know this, and I'm sure many of you probably smoke. Like some of you think, oh, it's a good pre-workout, bro. It's a good it just makes me I can feel I have better mind muscle connection. Like I can really feel myself hitting my upper chest. Like that's the same crap I used to think. And like I get it, bro. I get it. Like when you're smoking and puffing, like you feel like you're in this alternate dimension and that you're able to work out so much better. It's like that's not true at all. Like whenever you're smoking and vaping, smoking weed, especially before the gym, it just puts you in a different state, man. You're not fully locked in. You're not actually focused. You think you are, but the truth is that you're not. Like a lot of the time, smoking gives us an irregular heartbeat. It for a lot of people, it makes their heart rate much faster than it needs to be, and it makes just your entire workout feel like trash. Um, I mean, just look at the normal effects of smoking. Like, what does it make you do? Why do people smoke? Let's think about it. Well, whenever people smoke, it's to numb a feeling. It's to relax. It's to relax down and cool down. Like that is the exact opposite of what you want if you actually want to build your physique. It numbs you mentally to what you're thinking about, what you're focused on, and it's just overall like, and it's destroying your lungs, bro. Like your breathing is extremely important when you're working out. And I don't get people that run and smoke at the same time. Like that is just terrible. That is the worst thing. Anytime I see a runner smoking, I'm just like I just nod my head in shame. I used to do those types of things though, so I can't say anything, but just now it hurts to see, bro. Vaping too. I heard this thing about vaping that it actually blocks blood flow to your system, that it makes blood flow worse. And I sort of did notice this with myself. Like whenever I was vaping a bunch, I wasn't as vascular, and I'm just calling that true. Like when I would like vape right before I wouldn't ever vape during, but like when I would vape a bunch right before my workout and after, like my vascularity was so garbage compared to now, where like all I need to do is a couple of the grip strengtheners and like I get a pump off of that, right? So vaping and smoking definitely have to get rid of those if you actually want to be able to lock in on building your physique. And for me personally, like vaping just gives you the worst headaches ever for me. It gave me so much stomach aches. It probably made me more anxious than I needed to be. Smoking made me anxious. It made me tired all the time, sleepy. I would wake up with my stomach hurting every time, I'd eat food, my stomach would hurt after. There was just so many negatives compared to positives that it just had to go. Second is junk food. This is obvious. Like, obviously, you can have a bit of junk food here and there. Like, you want to just moderate it, like, heavily. Heavily want to moderate, especially if you're really wanting to build that aesthetic, lean physique. Like, you can't just be eating junk food every day. Like, I used to eat a lot of junk food, and it just makes you feel terrible, bro. Like, I would always feel so sluggish. After you eat junk food and you just feel like you want to just go to sleep because all the processed crap that's in it, bro. Like, think about all the processed crap that's in junk food, all the red 40 and crap. Like, that's not that's not ideal for a high performer. And if you want to be a high performer, you need to follow these rules. But if you want to just be, like the average Joe in the gym, just going, 2 or 3 days out of the week and not really lifting seriously, like, yeah, eat junk food 4 or 5 times a week. That's fine. But if you're still watching this, it's because you actually want to be better. And cutting out junk food is just it's an absolute necessity. You know, it's going to add extra body fat. Your body composition is going to be weird. You're going to look puffy all the time. Especially if you're not drinking enough water. If you're not actually training with intensity, if you're not doing cardio, especially, you're gonna just look bulky and weird. It's better to just what I like to do, and I'm an intuitive eater. I have never tracked my meals. I tracked them for like 2 or 3 months out of my life, and I hated it. And I've done well off without tracking anything. Um, I simply eat 3 to 4 meals a day that are, usually in the beginning of my day are my higher carb meals. So like meal one and meal two are typically higher carb, with a good amount of protein and fats. And then meal three, and then if I eat a fourth meal, usually I just do like 3 meals and like a small snack or something. But if I am going for a fourth meal, those will usually be my third and fourth will usually be lower in carbs, higher in protein. And I try to stick within a guideline of zero point 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So, like, if I weigh 130 right now, like I weigh like 132, I'd either have to eat 132 grams of protein or like 100 grams of protein a day. I'm pretty sure is the conversion there. So as long as you're falling within those parameters, you will be hitting your protein goal. Um, I'm focused on just maintaining. I'm more focused on. I just enjoy being lean. I enjoy being lighter on the lighter side. Eventually, I do want to like get a lot heavier, but for most of my life, I probably am just going to stay athletic. I enjoy being athletic, lean, slim. Like I don't want like my fitness to be my life, right? Like I do all of this stuff and then I work on top of my fitness. Trying to start and run my online business. I post a lot of content. I'm doing a lot of things, and fitness right now is already starting to take a bit more time out of my life since I'm taking it more serious. But you want to be able to do this long term. And if fitness is your life, if it's a drag to do, you're never going to be able to do it long term. So, third thing I had to get rid of was terrible sleep. Now, this one for me was very, very bad and hard to get rid of. For me, especially when I was younger, like 16, 15, I would stay up. Look, look, I'm yawning right now. Just talking about sleep makes me sleepy. But I used to stay up till like 3 or 4 a.m. on summers every single day. I would stay up the entire night till daytime the next day, playing like Fortnite, playing like Apex Legends, just like wasting my life away. And terrible sleep, it will ruin your gains 1000%. You won't recover. You won't actually have the energy needed to perform. You're going to have brain fog. You're most likely going to have headaches. And like me, I was getting terrible sleep, not drinking enough water, training terribly, skipping training. I mean, I was doing drugs, like I was off the rails, off the rails. Just trying to maintain a decent physique because I could tell I was losing it. And after I started like getting rid of some of these things, my physique got way better, and I'm at the point that I'm at now. But yeah, fix your sleep, bro. get 7 to 9 hours of sleep that's necessary for like maximum performance in the gym and recovery. Um, right now, I'm usually ranging anywhere from 7 to 6 hours of sleep, just because of all the things I have to do throughout my day. When if you're just busy, if you're just a busy person, like I understand it's harder to get sleep, but just try to make it a priority, especially if you're really wanting to take your fitness more serious. Um, the fourth one is not believing in yourself, and this one's super important. Um, if you don't actually believe that you can build a good physique, if you don't actually believe that you're capable of becoming the person that builds the physique that you want, you're not going to be able to. If you can't live as the person that is 10 to 13% body fat, that has broad shoulders, that has a skinny waist, that has a wide back, like you're not going to be able to achieve it. If you don't believe and live as that person in the now, you're never going to be able to have him in the future. So it's super important to just not only believe in yourself, but live as the person. Think about what the person that is lean, that has the broad shoulders and all these things, how does that person live on a day-to-day basis? He probably gets good sleep. He probably wakes up at a good time. He eats healthy meals, doesn't eat junk food all the time. He probably doesn't smoke or vape or do any drugs, right? He's probably making sure that he's getting enough water in, getting enough cardio in. It's like that's the person you have to live as if you actually want to achieve these goals. So it's a fitness takes a lot of mindset. You have to be able to delay the gratification for the physique that you want. Like fitness is not a days and weeks thing. It's a months and years thing. Like over the next couple months and years, you'll actually be able to build an impressive physique. Like I would consider myself to have an impressive physique at 18, but I've been working out since I was 10. It's like it's about how much you're willing to put in for how much you want out of it, right? Like I just I wanted it bad because of the reason I got into working out. I got made fun of really badly. This is like a funny story. But I got laughed at by two girls when I was in like elementary school, and that was just like my starting point. I have other reasons for why I train now, and reasons that hit home harder for me. But that was my starting point. That was why I got into fitness. And if you don't have a strong reasoning, if you don't have a strong mindset, you're never going to be able to do it. And the last one is constantly changing splits. People don't think about this, but this is an important one, bro. Like stick with one thing and do that thing. When it comes to your training, nutrition, how you're going to get your cardio, well, cardio's, but especially your training split, stick to one training split and do that one. Like, I remember I would change my split almost every other month simply because I was like, either I wouldn't see much progress or I wouldn't be able to maintain it or I would just find myself not enjoying it. It's like, bro, just stick to one split. Like if you're just starting out in fitness, do a 3 or 4 day split. Don't do 5 or 6 days. That's stupid. You're gonna fail, guaranteed, and you don't know how to handle failure yet. That's just the truth. Start with like a 3 or 4 day split. You can still grow muscle. You can still build a crazy physique working out 3 days a week. If you're doing a lot of cardio, you're training correctly, you're training with intensity, guaranteed you'll build a good physique, right? But it's like stick to one thing. You could do a push pull leg. You could do a push pull leg upper lower. That's the one I'm doing now. I'm actually about. It's funny that I'm talking about this now, and I'm about to change my split probably. I'm going to a new gym, and it's a little bit of a further drive, like 25, 30-ish minutes. and I just don't want to be wasting a ton of gas. Like my truck isn't super good on gas, so I'd rather just go work out 4 days a week instead of five, save myself the trip, do my cardio at home. That's just a convenience thing, and it's no problem to me. Um, but I have gotten good results with the split push, pull, leg, break, upper, lower, break, and then restart it. Like I've gotten good physique or good results with it. I'm able to maintain it. Like find something that you can maintain long term. Do that thing, execute. You'll be golden, bro. You will build the physique that you want. I guarantee it. So yeah, man. The thing is, like most people, they want an aesthetic physique. They want an eye pleasing physique. They want the broad shoulders. They want these things, but they're just not willing to put in the work for it, dude. Like if you can understand these things about fitness, you will succeed. Is that it takes time, consistency, and discipline are necessary. You know that. And find a plan that works long term. If you can find guidance and help and a mentor, that would be even greater. A coach, that would be so much better. You'd be able to improve like that so much quicker than most people. Obviously, it's still going to take months with a coach, but it took me years to get to the point that I'm at when it probably could have taken. It took me like 6 years to get where I'm at of consistent training. Probably could have cut that in half and done it in like 2 or 3. But I didn't have help. I didn't have guidance. All I had was YouTube. So yeah, boys. Hope this video provided some value. Follow my Instagram. I post on there. I post what I eat, how I train, my cardio. I post everything on my Instagram the way that I think. So if you want to follow that, go follow it in the description below. Hope this video provided you some value. Peace.